The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm, golden glow across the tranquil countryside in a small village nestled among rolling hills. There lived a young man named Ryu, was known for his thoughtful nature and his unwavering silence. People often sought his advice, for they believed that his silence held wisdom beyond words. Little did they know Ryu's reticence stemmed from a secret he had kept locked away for many years. One day, a renowned Zen master named Master Tanaka arrived in the village. His reputation preceded him, and the villagers flocked to his presence, eager to learn from his teachings. Ryo too felt a pull toward the Zen master and decided to attend his lecture. As the villagers gathered around Master Tanaka, Ryo observed the twinkle in his eyes and the serenity that emanated from his being. The Zen master spoke of the power of silence and its ability to reveal the truth within oneself. When we stay silent, Master Tanaka said, we allow the noise of the world to fade away. And in that silence we discover our inner voice, the voice of wisdom and enlightenment. Ryo was captivated by the idea. He had always felt a deep yearning to express his thoughts. But something held him back. A fear, a secret that weighed heavily on his soul. Master Tanaka's words resonated with him, and he made a vow to explore the depths of his own silence. Days turned into weeks, and he began to practice silence with newfound dedication. He would spend hours sitting beneath the ancient oak tree on the outskirts of the village, immersing himself in stillness. The villagers were amazed at his commitment, believing that he was unlocking a profound wisdom within himself. But beneath the surface, Ryu grappled with his own silence. Memories of a tragic event haunted him, a secret he had kept buried within his heart. It was a fateful day many years ago, when he had witnessed a crime committed by someone he once trusted. Fear gripped his soul, and he chose to stay silent, not wanting to jeopardize his own safety or that of his loved ones. As Ryu continued his silent journey, a twist of fate unfolded. One evening, while the village slept peacefully, a group of bandits raided the homes, bringing chaos and destruction. The villagers awoke to find their houses ransacked, their possessions stolen. Fear consumed their hearts as they sought answers, wondering who could have orchestrated such an attack. The villagers turned to review their silence, sage for guidance. They believed that his silence held the key to unraveling the mystery Ryo. Torn between his vow of silence and his desire to protect the innocent, faced an internal battle. He knew that the truth he had concealed for so long could provide answers, but it would also unleash a storm of consequences. In the midst of his turmoil, Ryu recalled Master Tanaka's teachings, the power of silence, and the truth that reveals with a newfound clarity. He realized that staying silent had protected him, but it had also stifled his ability to heal and grow. He understood that true wisdom lay not only in silence, but also in the courage to speak when necessary. Taking a deep breath, Raju stepped forward and broke his silence with a trembling voice. He recounted the crime he had witnessed all those years ago. The villagers listened intently, their eyes widening with shock and disbelief. But Ryu's admission provided the crucial clues needed to bring the bandits to justice. As the truth unraveled, the villagers saw Ryu in a different light. They realized that his silence had not only protected him, but had also shielded them from harm, enabling him to gather the strength and evidence needed to expose the criminals. Reeves. Bravery and self-sacrifice rippled through the village, inspiring others to find their own voices in the face of adversity. With the newfound knowledge, the village rallied together, determined to bring the bandits to justice. The villagers, once fearful and fragmented, now stood united in their pursuit of truth and peace. They formed a search party led by Ryo to track down the perpetrators and ensure that they faced the consequences of their actions. Days turned into weeks, as Ryu and the villagers embarked on a treacherous journey through dense forests and rugged terrain. The pursuit was not without its challenges, but the strength of their collective resolve pushed them forward. Their unity gave them the courage to confront their fears head-on. Finally, their perseverance paid off. They cornered the bandits in a secluded hideout deep within the forest. In a climactic showdown, the villagers stood tall, their voices echoing with determination real. His silence transformed into a resolute voice, confronted the leader of the bandits with unwavering conviction. In that moment, a profound shift occurred within Ryu. He realized that silence, when used wisely, could be a powerful tool. But it must never become a prison. It was a means to reflect, gather strength, and ultimately find the courage to speak when the time was right. The battle that ensued was fierce, but the villagers, fueled by their newfound purpose, fought with unwavering determination. The unity and Ryū's unwavering spirit proved to be an unstoppable force. Finally, the bandits were subdued, and justice prevailed. As peace was restored to the village, Ryū's transformation became an inspiration to all. He had shown them that staying silent was not the only path to wisdom and growth. True enlightenment could be found by acknowledging one's fears, facing them head-on, and using one's voice for the greater good. Master Tanaka returned to the village, and Ryū shared his story with him. The Zen master listened intently, his eyes filled with pride and admiration. He commended Ryū for his courage, acknowledging that the true path of wisdom lay in balance between silence and expression, between introspection and action. From that day forward, Ryū continued to be a voice of wisdom and guidance in the village. His journey had taught him that silence could be transformative, but it should never be a permanent state. He encouraged others to find their voices, to speak up against injustice, and to embrace the power of unity in the face of adversity. And so the village flourished under his leadership, becoming a beacon of harmony and compassion. The villagers learned the importance of staying silent when necessary, but also the value of breaking that silence when it could make a positive difference in their lives and the lives of others. The tale of Ryū and his silent journey resonated far beyond the boundaries of the village, inspiring countless others to find their own paths to enlightenment. It became a testament to the power of staying silent and the transformative effect it could have on one's life, as long as it was tempered with the courage to speak. When the time was right in the end, his story reminded everyone that silence and truth were not contradictory concepts, but rather two sides of the same coin. And with that realization, they embarked on a new chapter where silence and expression coexisted harmoniously, forever, changing their lives for the better. The story of Ryū and his journey through silence carries a profound lesson about the balance between silence and expression and the transformative power it holds. Initially, Ryū's silence was driven by fear and the burden of a dark secret he carried within. However, when he encountered Master Tanaka and embraced the teachings of Zen, he discovered that silence could be a vessel for self-reflection and inner wisdom. It allowed him to find strength, clarity, and gather the necessary courage to face his fears and speak the truth. The twist in the story comes when R.I. realizes that his silence, although initially driven by self-preservation, had inadvertently protected the villagers as well. It enabled him to gather the strength and evidence needed to expose the bandits who had brought chaos and destruction to their peaceful village. Ryū's bravery. In breaking his silence not only brought the perpetrators to justice, but also inspired the villagers to find their own voices in the pursuit of truth and unity. The lesson learned from this tale is that silence, when used wisely, can be a powerful tool for introspection and self-discovery. It allows us to quiet the noise of the world and access our inner voice, the voice of wisdom and enlightenment. However, the story emphasizes that silence should not become a permanent state or a prison that prevents us from speaking up against injustice or sharing our truths with the world. Ryū's journey demonstrates the importance of finding balance between silence and expression. True enlightenment lies in recognizing when to stay silent and reflect, gathering the strength and clarity needed to confront our fears and make a positive difference. It teaches us that silence is not contradictory to truth. Rather, it can be a stepping stone towards finding our voices and creating positive change in our lives and the lives of others. The story encourages us to embrace the power of unity and collective action. It highlights the strength that comes from breaking the silence together, as the villagers rallied behind you and confronted the bandits as a united front. It reminds us that our voices carry more weight and impact when we stand together, fighting against injustice and working towards a harmonious and compassionate society. Ultimately, the lesson learned from this journey is that the transformative power of silence lies in its ability to nurture introspection, gather strength, and find the courage to speak when the time is right. It is through this delicate balance that we can create positive change, bring truth to light, and inspire others to find their own voices on the path to wisdom and enlightenment.